QM Builders. Nandiyan ka pala, bakit hindi ka kumontra? Ba't ngayon sinasabi mo, hindi ka pa nakapag...
Pasensya, may check kasi medyo nahiya ako.
So sinasabi mo, mali ang Pangulo with
Yes,
respect to your company?
Yung data is mali eh. Kasi ang totoo, yung 414 projects na nakuha sa QM, totoo lang ha, is only 86 projects. Mr. Chair.
Teka muna, sabi mo hindi ka pa nakapag-umpisa eh. Ano yung sinasabi mong project?
Ano ko lang siguro, bagitin ko lang. Noong 2003, nakalisensya na kami sa pickup, only category D. Hanggang noong 2024, naging quadruple A na tayo. Pero dumaan pa kami ng single A. Noong 2011, hanggang nag-triple A tayo ng 2017 hanggang naging quadruple A tayo ng 2024.
Mr. Secretary, naiintindihan mo ba yung sinasabi niya? Sabi mo hindi ka pa nakapag-umpisa ng project. Paano ka naging quadruple A?
Ano ko lang, Mr. Che, yung sinasabi kong 1992 is highway pa yon. Yung nakita niyo yung highway.
Hindi natin pinag-uusapan yung hardware mo. Ang pinag-uusapan natin, flood control projects. Tinatanong ka kanina, sabi mo, hindi ka pa nagkapag-umpisa ng flood control projects. Paano ka nagkaroon ng lisensya? Paano ka naging quadruple A?
Ano na yan, history lang yung sinasabi ko, Mr. Che.
Ano na yung totoo?
Yung totoo, may lisensya na tayo na quadruple A ngayon.
O ngayon nga, ngayon meron ka ng quadruple.
Yes, Mr. Che.
O, ilang project ang na-execute mo na?
Marami na eh.
O kanina sinabi mo, hindi ka pa nakapag-umpisa eh. Meron akong hawak na martilyo rito, sinasabi ko sa'yo.
Mr. Chair.
Huwag kang tatawa-tawa kasi hindi nakakatawa ito ha.
Mr. Chairman.
Dito lang nagsisinungaling ka na eh.
Mr. Chairman, if I may.
Yes, Mr.
Mukhang
Senator.
nahihirapan kasi si Mr. Quirante mag-explain. Tama ba to? Ang sabi mo kanina, hindi ka pa incorporated at ngayon incorporated ka na in 2024.
Yes. No.
Hindi rin.
Yung incorporated, hindi, yung on process pa yun, hindi pa namin na-approve.
So lahat ng project na ginawa mo, sole proprietor.
Yes, Your Honor.
So nakapag-project ka na.
Yes, Your Honor.
Ano yung sinasabi mong hindi ka pa nagsisimula or hindi mo pa nagagawa?
Yung incorporated, kasi hindi pa na-approve yung namin, hindi pa naman na-practice, hindi pa na-transfer from sole proprietorship into...
So kaklaruhin ko lang, marami ka ng project at tama na isa ka sa top 15, correct, Mr. Quirante?
Yes, Your Honor.
Pero hindi ka pa incorporated.
Hindi pa.
Yun
sole
yung
pa rin.
sinasabi mong hindi ka pa incorporated.
Yes, Your Honor.
Yun yung binabanggit niya kanina, Mr. Chairman.
Malabo pa rin eh. Mr. Secretary, tumatanggap ka ng isang sole proprietorship na mag-undertake ng flood control?
Well, Mr. Chair, actually, he has the pickup license. Eh. His
Paano siya
license-
nagkaroon ng pick-up license as a contractor?
He has the a pickup license.
Paano ka
Credited.
nakakuha ng pick-up license,
Wala pa
Mr.
nung,
Quirante? Sole
wala.
proprietorship ka lang?
Yes, Mr. Chair.
Kailan mo nakakuha yan?
2003. Hanggang nag-upgrade tayo sa 2007, naging B tayo. Hanggang 2011, naging A tayo. Yung 2017, naging triple A tayo.
Ano yung net financial contracting capacity mo as a sole proprietorship?
40 billion, Mr. Chair.
40 billion?
Yes, Mr. Chair.
Yung financial statement mo, padala mo sa amin.
Mr. Chair, if I may. Mr. Chair,
Teka muna, si Senator JB muna para matapos natin lahat.
quick lang para sa kanya.
Kanino?
Kay Randy. Habang hindi pa siya umalis.
Naniniwala ka pa dyan?
Naintindihan ko, Mr. Chair, dahil tingin ko, Bisaya ito, hirap mag-express ng sarili niya in Tagalog. Kaya, I would rather advise him na uminom ka ng tubig, mag-inhale ka, relax ka, at ang pagsalita mo, huwag mo masyadong bilisin. Naintindihan kita pareho tayo Bisaya. May difficulty in expressing yourself ka. Hindi ko kinakampihan, Mr. Chair, ha?
Ang sinasabi niya, meron siyang 40 billion pesos.
40 billion.
NFCC.
40 billion ang sinasabi niya.
NFCC, Mr. Chair.
Kaya nga, 40 billion pesos.
Yes, Mr. Chair.
Oh. Naniniwala ka, Mr. Senator?
Ano yung NFTC, Mr. Chair? Hindi ko... Net?
Net financial contracting capacity.
Totoo, tinoon na, bay. Ha?
Yeah.
May 40
Yes.
billion ka.
Yes.
Nakadeposito sa bangko na. Ano na?
Ay,
Paano?
hindi. Yung NFCC kinuha sa...
Ano yan? Yen o pesos?
Asset yan. Kasi yung NFCC, kinocompute ng times 15 yon, Mr. Chair. Halimbawa, may 1 billion ka sa bangko. Pwede ka sa 15 billion. So, kung halimbawa may pera ka sa bangko na 2 billion, ibig sabihin, pwede ka sa 30 billion. Yan ang computation. Kaya tayo yung pera natin, kasama na yung mga assets, more than 2 billion. Kaya i-multiply natin ng 15, abot ng 40 billion. Kaya kami munta at hanggang 40 billion.
Mr. Chairman, Mr. Kirante, ito tinitignan ko. Ano yung 2015 na QM Builders Incorporated?
Ina-apply namin dyan sa SEC,
Pero
Your Honor.
2015 pa siya.
Pero hindi pa namin tinatransfer
Transfer to?
to sole proprietorship into incorporated.
Hindi, ito incorporated na ito eh. This is a corporation.
Kasi ang explanation ng bookkeeper natin, yung ano natin gahandol, yung experience ng from sole proprietorship, itatransfer muna sa
Hindi,
incorporated.
iba yung experience, iba yung corporate entity. Ha? Incorporate entity is 2015 nandyan na siya. Pero sinasabi nyo, walang nangyayari.
Wala nangyayari.
Ang
Ina-apply lang.
ginagamit nyo since noon pa ay yung inyong sole proprietor.
Yes, Your
Diyan
Honor.
pumapasok inyong income, in other words. Yan rin ginagamit nyo pagbibid ng mga projects.
Yes, Your Honor.
Tama? Ganun pa? Ganun ba ho ang interpret? So, dalawang entity, yung sole proprietor at yung incorporation.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. Sabit nyo na lang ho sa amin yung mga dokumento na yan. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Senator JB?
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Mr. Chair, siguro ang gusto natin dito, aside from the accountability that we're looking for, ang gusto natin ma-achieve in aid of legislation. Mr. Chair, I have the second bill that I filed in this Congress is
Let me continue with the...
Mr. Chairman,
Mr. Chairman,
Mr. Chair, you still have the
Sandali
floor,
lang.
Mr.
Kasi
Chair.
po,
just a clarification, Mr. Chairman, kasi taga Region 10 ako.
yes, sir.
So,
Sabihin
hindi
ko lang
naman
ito
taga
na
Bukidnon yun, Mr. Chairman. Hindi Bukidnon yun.
Yung
Yung project na yun ay hindi sa Bukidnon.
Misamis
Saan yun?
Occidental ito eh.
Misamis.
Laman, Laman.
Okay.
O,
Thank
malayo
you for
yung
the-
Bukidnon,
Thank you for the
Senator.
clarification, sir.
Mr. Chairman, connected to
So,
the...
Senator Soto, okay ka na? Tapos ka na po kayo? Kasi kayo yung mga may priority
Ako, hindi
muna
pa.
magtanong. And then, Senator Villanueva, wala na siya rito. Senator De La Rosa, okay ka na? And then, now, I will pwede ba?
I'm not yet through, Mr. Chair. Only one question. Nasa akin pa yung floor, Mr. Chair.
Paano mo nalaman sa iyo pa ang floor?
Panay sila singit na singit eh.
Pinasisingit mo kasi. Wag ka na magpasingit. You continue.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Chair. Okay, Mr. Secretary. Once proven that these are ghost projects, what action are you going to take?
We will file all the necessary charges, Your Honor. And ghost projects, actually, sabi ko nga, anybody who is involved in the implementation of that kind of a project has to be answerable. Your Honor.
Pagkatapos na mawala yung pera natin, nawala yung pera ng gobyerno.
Well, unfortunately, Your Honor, this is...
Ito bang mga these municipalities that have mentioned, nabayaran na ba yung itong Wawaw Builders? Bayad na ba? Please check your
Yung mga
records.
projects na na-complete, yung mga projects that have been filed, palagay ko na nabayaran na po lahat to.
So,
Except
when will
for-
we expect your investigation to finish?
Probably in a couple of weeks or next week, Your Honor, we just have.
And who is in charge of inspecting the quality control in the province of Bulacan?
Right now, Your Honor, I have relieved the entire district office.
Oh.
I have relieved the
Yes.
entire district office and the
Assuming
regional.
that you have relieved all your officials, who is this person who is in charge of inspecting the quality control in Bulacan before you relieve them?
In the district office, Your Honor.
In charge nga ron sa quality control ng Bulacan. I don't know.
Your Honor, just may I have to consult.
Ano first name nito?
I was just informed, Your Honor, sorry about that. But the person who is supposed to undertake quality control in the district is Norberto Santos, Your Honor.
Okay, Mr. Chair, would like to I move that we invite this person in our next
Noted.
hearing. Okay. I'm done, Mr. Chair.
Let me make another clarification. Kanina po sinabi namin yung total flood control budget ay 849. Yun pong 849 billion was only for 2022 to 2024. Ang total po from 2022 to 2025 is actually 1 trillion 200 billion 308 million 300,000 or 1.2 trillion pesos. For the record po. Let me now shift to Senator Tulfo for a very, very few questions.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Mr. Chair, may we invite the COA district head in First District in Bulacan and the Bulacan DPWH First District Alcantara to be present next hearing, Mr. Chair. Mr. Chair, can we invite the COA First District of Bulacan and the District Engineer, First District, Alcantara, to... for
Certainly.
next hearing?
Director General, please take note of the request.
All right. Now let me direct my question to the Department of Public Works and Highways. Mr. Secretary, based on the list released by the President, there are top provinces with flood control projects. Okay? Pero they're not on top of the list na flood-prone area. Like Cebu with 414 flood control project, Isabela 341, Albay 273, Leyte 262, Camarines Sur 252. Tinitignan ko po itong listahan. Wala po sila dito sa top 10 flood-prone province. Ang number 1 po dyan, Pampanga, Nueva Ecija, Pangasinan, Tarlac, Bulacan, Metro Manila, Maguindanao, North Cotabato, Oriental Mindoro, Ilocos Norte. Ang tanong ko po, Mr. Secretary, ano po sinunod ho natin dito? Yung hazard mapping po ba? O sinunod natin yung politiko kung saan niya gustong ilagay yung pondo niya? Mr. Secretary.
Your Honor, as I have explained, actually po, yung paglalagay po ng projects, ng flood control projects, under the National Expenditure Program po ito, no? Under the National Expenditure Program, meron po kasing allocation for each engineering district. Allocation po. And then, if you say there is a 1 billion allocation for a engineering district, ang policy po namin dito is 70% of that should go to the core program of the department, which is National Road Program Management and bridges, and of course flood control projects. So, ito po yung core program ng department. So at the end, these are prioritized And 70% of the 1 billion, as I said, 1 billion, theoretical 1 billion, can be allocated for local infrastructure. So in the allocation of that 70%, it's all up to the priorities in that district where to put the allocations, either in roads or flood control, Mr. Chairman. So at the end of the day, ang kwan po nito is actually, as I mentioned, it has to go through the process of the projects would have been included in the regional budget proposal.
Kaya nga, Mr. Chair, bakit po napakalaki naman ng pinondo po dito sa mga probinsya na ito, when in fact, wala ho siya doon sa top 10 list ng flood control. Billions po yung pinondo. Ano po ang basis, legal basis po, na pondohan itong 5 probinsya na ito na hindi naman po flood prone sila, Mr. Secretary?
Ito po kasi yung situation, Mr. Chair. As far as the National Expenditure Program that is submitted, these are equitably distributed amongst all the legislative and engineering districts. However, Mr. Chair, I think we know that actually after the General Appropriations Act, marami po yung mga projects that are included.
I understand that, Mr. Chair, pero yun nga po, ibabalikan na lang ho natin yan because ang tanong po natin, napakalaki naman po ng pondo at saka napakaraming flood control projects ng mga lugar na ito. Hindi po ba ninyo nasilip ito nung nilagay po ninyo sa NEP? Didn't you check man lang or ask as you're planning or whoever is in charge na kailangan natin lagyan dito ng flood control, Cebu, blah, blah, blah. Sana tinignan din ho natin kung magaling ho yung planning natin, kung sino man niya may hawak dyan, binabaha ba? Ang tanong po dyan, binabaha ba? Bakit tayo magpopondo rin sa lugar na ito kung hindi naman po binabaha? It's a waste of money, Mr. Secretary. Waste of time also. Halatang halata ho popondohan mo dito, gagastusan mo na wala namang baha, di po ba? I mean, am I right? Yes or no lang, Mr. Secretary?
Yes, Your Honor. I agree
Opo.
completely.
All right. Now, I'll go back to you, Mr. Secretary. Mr. Chair, let me ask this question to the Department of Budget and Management. Madam Secretary, ma'am, wala po bang hindi po ninyo chinecheck? So, basta nag-request lang ng pondo, re-releasean ho ninyo. Hindi man lang matatanong para saan po itong pondo na ito, billion po ito, flood control. Wala ba kayong to counter na flood control, kailangan ito to justify? I mean, release lang ho tayo ng release kasi sabi ni congressman, sabi ni ganito, hingihan ko ng pondo, etc., etc. Kailangan ko kasi baka hindi. Pag hindi ko nireleasean, baka ipitin ng pondo ko sa budget hearing.
Mr. Chair, good noon po sa ating lahat. Kung ano po ang nakalagay sa General Appropriations Act, yun po ang inire-release natin sa Department of Public Works and Highways. Naka-line item po lahat ng mga projects. It's detailed and identified yung mga projects po. Isa-isa nakasulat po dyan. Yung mga projects, yung mga flood control projects.
I understand that, Madam Secretary, pero my point is, wala po bang pagkakataon? Kasi baka mamaya mali na po yung nililista. Hindi na po tama. If you see something wrong, okay, nandyan nga po yan, line item, pero hindi na po tama. Hindi po ba pwedeng i-correct po from
Senator
your end?
Erwin, may I interrupt? I think the good secretary has not taken his oath yet. Am I correct? So,
Hindi po. Sorry, late po ako. I came
Director
from
General,
another...
can you please administer the oath of Secretary of DBM?
Truth and nothing but the truth in this proceeding.
Proceed, Senator Erwin.
Yeah, my question here is, Mr. Chair, para kay Madam Secretary, is like, tama ho, I mean, nasa line item, etc., kailangan ninyong pondohan yan, pero hindi po ba medyo questionin man lang na nakakaduda na po dahil, teka muna, masyadong malaki ito, bobondohan natin ito na wala namang baha dito, or at least kahit na to check lang po, counter check na baka
Wala po kaming wala po kaming tao na kayang mag-check isa-isa ng mga projects na pinopropose ng DPWH
But
po.
do you have the mandate to do that?
Wala din po eh.
Yun ang sabihin mo.
Wala rin po. Opo. Wala po.
Okay. Okay. Now, let me move to the Commission on Audit naman. Ito pong can you identify contractors, isa commissioner, with repeat adverse audit finding who still continue to receive new projects? Meron po ba kayo listahan na itong contractor ito blacklisted, itong contractor na ito substandard? Meron kayo? Wala.
Sir, meron po kaming ongoing list, sir. Pero as to yung mga blacklisted contractors po, manggagaling po kay DP. Pero meron na din po kaming parang database, sir, na ginagawa po ngayon. And yung data po ngayon ay nasa 2022 to 2024 na po, sir.
Alright. Balikan ko po si Secretary Bonoan. Mr. Chair, Mr. Secretary, ano po, wala po kayong list. Yung kagaya po nasabi ni Senator Raffy kanina, na isa lang po ang kuan, pero lahat pumasa, isa lang ang blacklist nyo. Of this 15, lahat po ito good performance. So ito, since 2022, lahat po nagawa nila, nakumpleto nila yung project.
As far as our monitoring records are concerned, Mr. Chair, this is completed naman yung sa records namin, no? Completed. As far as the central office records are concerned, actually, I'm not saying that in the field this could be a different story, but actually in our monitoring records in the department, they are completed because completed po lahat yung records, completed po.
Completed, pero what I'm saying is like, hindi nyo sigurado sa inyo, sa main office, lalo na yung office mo, kung yung proyekto kagaya na pinakita ni Chair Marcoleta kanina, yung wasak o durog na tulay or whatever it is, yung embankment, hindi ho ninyo mamamonitor yan? Kasi
Hindi. Because we...
so pwede kayong dayain ng mga tao ninyo sa region, sa district, pwedeng magsinungaling at sasabihin, Secretary, tapos na po ito. So wala kayong way to find out na yung project na yon completed at hindi substandard? Wala pong ganon?
Well, we rely actually on the data that is fed to us, actually, the central office, Your Honor, at that point in time. No? But,
This data, Mr. Secretary, you're just relying sa mga tao ninyo sa field, sa district engineer,
Yes, Your
sa
Honor.
regional director.
Yes,
Tama
Your
po?
Honor. Tama po.
So, ang ibig niyo pong sabihin, yung dadaan ng kontulay, kung pupunta ako sa probinsya ngayon, hindi ko sigurado kung safe po ba yun, talagang matibay ba yun, because you're just relying. Paano kung substandard po yung tulay? Kagaya po nang nangyari sa Kabagan, Isabela. Paano po yun? How? How will you know? How will I know? Na driver mo, kasama ko, pamilya ko, mag-out of town kami, long weekend pa naman next week, this Thursday. Paano pala, kung substandard pala ho yung tulay na yun? Let's not talk about flood control muna. Let's talk about these projects. Kung hindi po ninyo monitor at umaasa lang kayo sa mga tao ninyo, how are we going, ika nga, masasabi natin na safe yung kalsada na yan, safe yung tulay na yan? Kung umaasa lang po kayo sa report ng district engineer, project engineer, regional director, may kutsabahan ho yan eh. Let's face it, alam niyo naman ho, may kutsabahan. Tama po ba? With your RD, DE, project engineer, at saka contractor, may kutsabahan na yan, Mr. Secretary.
Your Honor, I think your premise is correct. That I think at the central office, even me, I would just have to rely on the authenticity of the reports that come to me actually from the field offices, all over the country.
Okay.
So until such time that there's a report, there is a report that will come to me that hindi tama, then that's the time that I have to have an action on it, Your Honor.
My last question, Mr. Secretary, to give way to to our colleagues here. Mr. Secretary, alam niyo, namomonitor niyo ho ba na karamihan sa mga RD ninyo at district engineer ay mga kontratista din? May mga construction company? that they have construction firms. Hindi po.
This is one thing that I want to unearth actually in this process, Your Honor.
Hindi nyo na rin ba narinig yung in-house construction, Mr. Secretary? Kami na lang gagawa, kagaya po na nangyari sa akuan. Kami nang gagawa, ako nang gagawa dahil ako district engineer. Kasi may construction company. Hindi nyo rin po naririnig yung in-house construction na yan?
You are asking whether
Yes.
there are district engineers who are contractors?
Yes.
Will you not also ask how many congressmen are contractors?
Mamaya pa yan sa second round, Mr. Chair. Dito muna sa second round yung tatanungin ko. Yes. Go ahead, Mr. Secretary.
Well, I cannot ascertain anything, but I think honestly I have heard of this.
Ang huli na lang, I'm sorry, Mr. Chair, I lied to you. Na meron po ba kayong mga lifestyle check? Kahit in your inter lang sa office ninyo na baka yung mga undersecretary natin, 5 yung bahay dyan sa Corinthians, yung ilang USEC natin, may mga eroplano, may mga yate. May ganun ho ba? Wala rin.
Your Honor.
Wala rin. Okay. Kasi sir, sabi for now, kay kami nag-uusap-usap dito, sa DPWH mo rin makikita ang pinakamayaman na opisyal sa ating bayan. The Department of Public Works. Dati po, Bureau of Customs. Ngayon, Department of Public Works and Highways na. Dahil billion po pinag-uusapan. But anyway, thank you po, Mr. Chair. I yield the floor. Second round na lang po ulit.
Sandali lang po ito, ano? Bago ko makalimutan, Madam Secretary of the DBM, will you be able to submit to this committee the flood control projects budget from the unprogrammed funds and BICAM insertions starting from 2023, 2024, and 2025? Yun lamang unprogrammed and BICAM insertions, flood control projects. Kasi po, kaya gusto naming emphasize ito, mas malaki po yung kinikita ng politiko dito sa unprogrammed and insertions. Bigyan ko na po kayo ng example. Yung politiko, sabi po sa report, initial report, pagka ganito yung tipo ng project, 30% siya. Yung bidding back and losing bidders, inaayos po yan That's 5%. Project implementation, andyan na yung DE, at saka yung kakunsaba, quality control, 5%. And then, DE and others, 5%, quality control, 2%. Meron pang COA, 1%. Madam COA, this is an open secret. Regional directors and USEC through the DE, 4%. Contractors tax, 7%. Contractors profit, 15%. Tsaka yung royalty. Ito po yung panghiram-hiram ng mga lisensya. 5%. Alam mo ang total, Madam Secretary? 74%. Ang natitira po sa project, 26% na lang. O ibig sabihin po, kung ang flood control project is 100 million, ang talagang magagamit is 26 million. Talagang walang mangyayari po sa atin. Kaya ko lang po tinatanong, sana padala po ninyo 2023, 24, at saka 2025.
We will furnish the committee, Mr. Chair.
Okay, tas follow up lang po. Salamat po. Follow up po kasi may valid po yung point niya kanina. Identified na po natin yung 11 probinsya na flood-prone areas per the National Adaptation Plan of the Philippines 2023-2025. Bakit po 5 lamang na probinsya ang napagtuunan doon sa flood-prone provinces na yon? At ang napagtuunan po ninyo, wala po doon sa listahan na yon, is Cebu Province, 414 projects. Isabela, wala din po doon, 341 flood control projects. Albay, 273 flood control projects. Wala din po sa listahan yon. Leyte. Ba't ka napatingin sa akin, Senator Migs? Leyte. Wala din po sa listahan. 262 projects. Senator ba, Tarlac, kasama kaya okay lang naman? Kasi pareho kaming Tarlac eh. 258 lang. Kung ikukumpara sa Cebu na 440. Camarines Sur, wala po. Camarines Sur, wala. 252. What is the logic, Mr. Secretary? Ang tinatanong po niya kanina, kung nandito lang, wala tayong po problemahin. Whatever equity you have been trying to project, equity. Logic. What is the logic? Wala sa flood. Ba't ka maglalagay doon? Hindi nga sa kasali. Para ba nga nangyari, Mr. Secretary, hindi naman siya nagugutom, doon ka nagbigay ng pagkain. What is the logic? Malalaki po ito eh.
Well, excuse me, Your Honor, as I've been trying to explain actually, these are actually, first of all, in the National Expenditure Program that we submit, these are the priority projects that are processed actually in the field, no? In the field. So whatever is the proposal.
Naintindihan po natin yun. If it is processed on the field, you will start doon sa listahan ng flood-prone areas.
Yes, Your
Okay
Honor.
lang yun.
Yes, Your Honor.
Do not start with the areas na wala naman pong panganib ang pagbaha. Questionable po yun eh. So dito po makikita talaga yung talagang walang coordination. Kahit ang natutupad na lang talaga rito yung mamaya sasabihin mo kung sino-sino because you have to name names. Sabi mo kanina, ikaw ang nagpanukala nito. So I will ask you to name names later on. Yun muna po. I will call the former Senate President, Senator Subiri, for your questioning.
Maraming salamat, Mr. Chairman. Mr. Secretary, good afternoon to all the members of the DPWH
Good afternoon.
and Secretary Pangandaman and all the other departments. Alam mo, let's address the elephant in the room, Mr. Chairman. Let's already address the elephant in the room. The DPWH is not all at fault. Kasi yan, kanina pa, nahiya lang si Secretary, Mr. Chairman. Pero in our conversations together, but together with Secretary Mina, namamanggal yung budget. Iba yung NEP, paglabas po ng ng GAA, yung General Appropriations Act. And I've had conversations with the good secretary na sabi niya, wala na yung aming flagship projects. Wala na kaming road right of way. Out of sheer frustration. Hindi kasalanan ni Sec. Yun, Mr. Chairman. Kasi tamang sinabi niya, pagdating sa NEP, vetted na yan. May RDC Council approval yan. Napakahirap, napakahigpit. And the DBM also knows that there's a vetting process. Kaya paglabas po ng budget, iba nang itsura ng budget, wala na po sila magagawa dahil batas po yan. Kailangan po nilang i-implement yun. That's the elephant in the room. Kaya tama si Toby Chanco sa Kongreso kahapon. Ibigay yung mga amendments from the NEP and after the BICAM. Kasi napakasimple lang po yan eh. Ito po yung NEP, ito po yung amount. Yung marami dyan, walang kalokohan na projects, walang flood control, walang cat's eyes, walang pagbili ng solar lamps, paglagay po ng road barrier, rock netting, tsaka yung pintura sa kalsada. Paglabas ng budget, inamend yung budget nila, linagay na po lahat yun. We need to find out the proponents of that, and the President is in the right track. Kasi I've seen the President's frustration when I was Senate President na talagang bakit namamanggal yung budget, ba't nawala yung aking legacy projects. Kaya for 3 years, nawalang legacy project yung ating Pangulo dahil nga, siguro there was a free hand and we're all guilty, no? Both House and the Senate. So, I think, wag na tayo magsanto-santo dito. Ilabas na natin yung listahan. Sino ba nag-amend yan? Tapos depensahan ng congressman o senador sa Luneta kung kaya niyang idepensahan. Ba't niya linagay doon? Tama ang sinabi ni Chairman. Maraming project dyan, ghost. Meron pa nga hindi ghost. Ginawa, pero kalahati lang. Supposed to be 100 linear meters, naging 15 linear meters na lang. di dapat kasuhan yun because that's a public infrastructure project. If it is not 100 linear meters under the contract, they do 50 linear meters, you can file a case like what they did to Napoles and file a case against them for substandard projects. Kung pag na yun, gumuho ng tubig, gumuho din yung project, labas ng Kabilya, walang Kabilya, Kawayan lang. Nandun sa Albay, sa home province ng aking nanay. Panay, Coco lumber. Diyos ko po. Tsaka bato. Tapos semento. Yung semento, mas manipis pa sa platito yung semento. Yan, kasuhan yan. Kasuhan ka agad yan. Tapos tignan mo yung proponent. Kung wala po sa NEP yan, sino ba naglagay na politiko dyan? Yan ang tanungin natin kasi there's always a day of reckoning in the elections. You will always say, kayo pala proponent na itong mga substandard projects. Ay, lagot kayo sa amin kasi binaba kami dito. That's the elephant in the room, Mr. Chairman. I did not want to make an opening statement, but watching this talaga angers me. And I am so happy that the minority leader, together with Senator Lacson, together with Senator Sherwin Gatchalian, our chairman of the Committee on Finance, and the members of Congress now will be transparent. If there are amendments to be made in this budget, let's defend it on the floor. Kung may kalsada doon sa gitna ng probinsya ko ng Bukidnon, walang tulay, yung mga teachers nalulunod, yung mga estudyante nalulunod, I will stand up here and defend a bridge project for that. And then convince my colleagues for that amendment with the approval of the local government unit, the RDC, and the DPWH. Pero yung mga bulagaan lang na after one night, nandun na lahat. Wala na po silang mavevet, wala na po silang magagawa. Kawawa din yung mga to. They become our punching bag. But let's start from the beginning. Where did the funds come from? Where are the sources of these funds? And let's expose it once and for all. Parang sa nangyari sa Napoles, lumabas lahat ng pangalan. May mga politiko ayaw ilabas sa mga pangalan. Ilinabas nun at that time it was Chairman Chofisto Gingona III. Yung anak ni Vice President o Senator, linabas niya for them to defend themselves in the annals of the halls of the public opinion. So, Mr. Chairman, I pray for you. I want you to have more power, more strength, and better health. Because in the next few meetings to come, in the next few hearings to come, people will look towards you and this committee, together with the DPWH and the... Now, I'm so happy that Ma'am Mina Pangandaman, she inspects projects na. Maganda po yan, ma'am. You're the only secretary of the DBM that I know who's gone out of the office and actually do actual inspection. Kasi tama po yan, kasi pag humingi sila ng pondo sa project na yan, alam na ni Ma'am Mina, bakit ko bibigyan ng project yan na palpak yung project na yan. So at least alam niya na. So I salute them for now their process for reform. But we must fix what has happened in the past. And if cases have to be filed, let's file the cases if need be. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you for your prayers, Senator Monsignor.
Prayer for you, Mr. Chairman, and the members of this
Thank you.
committee.
Thank you. In my list, Senator Mark Villar, Senator Win, it's your...
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. Let me direct my questions to the good Secretary. Secretary, may rini-review namin yung mga contractors saka project na isiniwalat ng ating Pangulo nung nagkaroon siya ng press con. At i-flash ko lang po sa screen yan. Ito po yung isiniwalat niya, 15 contractors, iba't ibang projects, iba't ibang bilang ng projects, tapos halaga po ng projects. Yung pinakamalaki, 9 billion pesos in a span of 3 years. Pinakamaliit, 4.5 billion pesos in a span of 3 years. Itong mga contractors na ito, Mr. Secretary, sino po ang nagre-review kung sila ay may sapat na kapital, may sapat na kakayahan, meron silang experience? Dahil ang lalaking proyekto ho to eh. Hindi ito maliliit na proyekto. Biro mo, isang contractor, number one, Legacy Construction, 9 billion. Kung i-divide ho natin yan per year, that's about 3 billion per year ang kanyang kontrata. No? So, sino ho ang nagre-review ng capability and capitalization of these companies?
Your Honor, I think the licensing of these companies will come from PICAB po, yung Philippine Contractors Accreditation Board. So they have to have a valid license.
Correct.
Then,
Okay.
then we look into their experience and technical capability. The third is actually we have to look into their NFCC or net financial contracting capacity. And all this actually, Mr. Chairman, is actually the basis for them to pre-qualify to bid. If they pass all these three parameters or requirements, then they would be allowed to bid in any project.
But who determines at least the minimum capitalization of a company to be eligible for a project or a group of projects? Kasi like for example, in number one, in 9 billion, if you divide this into 3 years, that's 3 billion a year. So who determines, sino po ang mayroong responsibilidad na kaya niyang gumawa ng project 3 billion in 1 year?
Our bids and awards committee will be the one to scrutinize actually the
That's at the
documentation.
district level? At the regional level? Anong pong level ho siya?
Whoever is implementing the project, Your Honor.
Like ito ho, sa mga flood control, sino ho ang anong level ho? Bids and awards level? Kasi alam ko meron ho kayong iba-ibang back, di ba?
Yes, Your
merong
Honor.
district, merong regional, merong central. So saan ho itong mga project na ito, saan ho ito ini-evaluate?
Wherever the project is lodged, Mr. Chair.
District or regional?
District kung district po yung nag-implement, region kung region yung nag-implement, and national.
I'll show next slide po kasi tinitignan ho namin. Like for example po itong oops, nawala. Nakikita niyo ba ho? Yan. Yung number 4 po, no? Which is QM Builders. Ang kanyang contract is 7.3 billion. Pero ang kanyang capitalization is 1.2 million. Paano ho nangyari na nakakuha siya ng kontrata, 7.3 billion? Assuming divided natin per year yan, 1.5 billion a year. Ang kanyang capitalization is 1.2 million. In number 7 po, yung Centerway, ang kanyang capitalization is 45 million. Ang kanyang kontrata is 5.1 billion. Yung 999, ang kanyang capitalization 90 million. Ang kanyang kontrata is 3.9. Yung Wawo, kanina pinapag-usapan natin, Wawo Builders, capitalization 50 billion. Kontrata niya is 4.2 billion. Yung MG sa Median, capitalization 250,000. Ang project niya 5 billion. Although si MG sa Median, meron din ho siyang sole proprietorship na 1.3 billion. Dalawa yung kanyang kumpanya. Next slide, papakita ko ho sa inyo itong QM Builders. Tinignan ho namin yung kanyang financial statements. From start to end, no, from 800,000 all the way to 2,000. Ang kanyang next slide. Yung kanyang financials, ito po. Yung kanyang kinikita, pakita natin. Yan. From 2015 to 2024, revenue is 0. Gross profit is 0. Net income, lugi ho lahat. So paano ho siya nakakuha ng 7.3 billion na never ho siya kumita ni isang sentimo at ang capitalization niya 1.2 million pesos or ang paid up. Ito isa lang to, no? Mayroon pang mga iba ho dyan na tinitignan ho namin. So paano ho nagkaroon ng ganitong contractor na nakakuha ng napakalaking kontrata?
Your Honor, as I am informed, actually yung capitalization is actually for the company.
Yes, I know.
Yeah, the company. But in the process of pre-qualification for Your Honor, yung net financial contracting capacity is based on a
Current assets minus current liabilities
Audited-
times 10.
audited
Kung,
by-
kung negative yung kanyang yung capitalization niya, common sense man ho eh. Balik tayo. Kung balik din sa slide before. Kung ang capitalization niya hindi, yung kanina. Kung ang capitalization yan, titignan niyo ho, 1 million lang ho. Kahit i-minus niyo pa ho yung current liabilities niya, hindi ho siya talaga aabot ng 7 billion. Ito official statement ho ito, nakuha ho namin sa SEC. So ang punto ko ho, meron ho talagang mga tao na linalaro po yung pre-qualification stage.
Mr. Chair, with the
Yeah, go ahead.
permission of Senator Gatchalian, Mr. Chair, pwede malaman from Secretary Bunuan kung sino itong QM? Sinong tao ito sa likod ng QM? Sino may-ari nito? QM Builder. Kasi grabe naman, puro red yung pinresent ni Senator Gatchalian. Tapos, paano nakakuha ng ganitong kalaking kontrata? Gusto ko lang malaman po for the benefit of our people na nanonood ngayon. Sino po yung QM?
QM Builders, on my record, Your Honor, is actually managing officer here is Mr. Alan Kirante
Kirante?
in Cebu.
Cebu?
Yes.
Andito ba? Andito ba? Mr. Chair? Ito. Can we invite him, Mr. Chair? Mr. Chair? Paupuin natin? Tanungin natin?
Can the referred representative come over, please? So, I think Senator Bato is willing to ask a few questions from your company.
Public work.
Director General, I think you have to administer the oath of the representative from this construction company. Tumayo ka, Mr. Kirante. Kirante?
Yes, Mr. Chair. I will.
Mr. Chair, with the permission of Senator Gatchalian again.
Yes, go ahead.
Yeah, Mr. Kirante, ikaw bang may-ari nitong QM Builders na kumpanya?
Yes, Mr. Chair.
Yung present ni Senator Gatchalian na puro pula, puro logi, can you comment on that?
Nagtataka ko, Mr. Chair, kung saan magaling yung information kasi ang QM Builders, nag-upisa tayo sa 1992 as a dealer of hardware and construction materials. Tapos, nung 2003, nag-venture tayo sa construction business.
To make it short, pinakita,
ano ko na lang.
totoo ba yung sinabi ni Senator Gatchalian?
Hindi, totoo yan.
So, hindi totoo?
Galing ho to sa SEC.
Is easy yan, ang record.
Hindi kasi yung totoo lang, sorry to make it short, yung QM Builders quadruple A at tayo eh.
So anong corporation po ang gamit nyo? Kasi ito po, hindi naman namin to inimbento, kinuha namin sa
Baka
SEC.
siguro yung ano yan.
Sa
Kasi
GIS nyo ito eh.
Mr. Chair, siguro yung nakuha niyo sa hardware namin, hindi sa construction. Kasi yung hardware namin, Mr. Chair, pareho yung pangalan. QM Builders yung isa, construction supply, at sa yung isa, QM Builders Construction talaga.
Isabit nyo na lang ho sa amin yung dalawang corporation ninyo. Yung sinasabi nyong construction company at ito yung, ewan ko kung ano ito, yung itong hardware ho ninyo. Submit nyo ho sa amin lahat ng dokumento ho ninyo.
Yes, Mr. Chair.
Chairman, may just add, FS po, financial statements, audited financial statements submitted to the BIR every year. Yan po, Mr. Chairman.
Mr. Chair, dalang-dala ko ngayon.
Mr. Quirante, please submit the financial statement of whichever. Ibig mo sabihin, dalawang QM Builders Inc. ang ginamit mo, dalawang pangalan, dalawang kumpanya, ganun ba yun?
Ang nakalagay first, yung QM Builders na nag-umpisa kami sa 1992, isang hardware yon. Tapos ng 2003, nag-venture kami ng another business, yung construction, QM Builders Construction na yon. Bali, isang pangalan, dalawang klase ng business. Kaya nung 2024, naging quadruple A tayo. Kaya, sa tingin ko, mali. Kasi yung NFCC namin, 40 billion ngayon. Kaya ngayong kuha naming project is only, wala nga 10% sa project namin nakuha per year.
Pasabit na lang sa amin, Mr. Quirante, nung mga dokumento.
Yes, Mr. Chair.
Thank you, Senator Sherwin. That is why, with your presence today, I hope yung mga umiiwas ngayon na mga contractors na hindi pupunta dito will be inspired, will be motivated by your presence na nasagot mo na yun pala sa isang kumpanya mo. So, sana magsisipot sila. Yung mga absent ngayon, next hearing. Di ba? Hindi kita dinidemonize dito, ha? I am actually giving you the chance to present your side. Kaya dapat ganun din ang tingin ng ibang mga contractors na pinapatawag natin. Yun lang, Mr. Chair. Thank you, Senator Gatchalian.
Thank you, Senator Bato. And Mr. Quirante, kayo po ang presidente nitong korporasyon.
Yes, Mr. Chair.
And kayo rin po ang naglagay ng kapital.
Yes, Mr. Chair.
Nakita ko sa inyong articles of incorporation, puro mga, mga anak nyo, kamag-anak, puro Quirante.
Anak yun.
Mga anak nyo po.
Kasi baka i-clarify ko yan, baka yung nakita mo dyan, wala pang income yun kasi hindi pa transfer ng hindi pa incorporated yung QM, Mr. Chair. Ngayon, ang process pa yun, kaya walang kita mali pala kanina Sorry. Pero mali pala kanina yung nakita ko.
Ulitin natin. Anong pangalan nung inyong construction company na ginagamit sa DPWH?
QM Builders.
QM Builders Incorporated.
QM Builders yun lang, Mr. Chair.
Sole proprietor yun?
Yes.
Sole proprietor yung inyong corporation. Inyong ginagamit sa DPWH?
Yes, Mr. Chair. Kami lang nag-umpisa yung mag-asawa.
Tapos yung anong pangalan ng hardware ninyo?
QM Builders pa rin.
QM Builders Incorporated na?
Hindi pa.
Hindi
Ito
pa
yung
rin.
construction is, Mrs. Chair, yung gusto namin gawing incorporated para yung halimbawa yung experience bilang contractor, ma-inherit sa halimbawa yung surviving years. Halimbawa kung may mangyari sa akin, yung experience ma-inherit sa amin.
So itong QM Builders Incorporated, sa inyo ito,
Hindi
di ba?
pa. Yes, Mr. Chair. Sa atin, hindi pa activated yan. Kaya walang kita.
So hindi nyo pa ginagamit to sa pag-bidding?
Hindi pa.
Okay, sige po.
Mr. Chair.
Babalik po ako kay Secretary. Secretary, I'll just go back to yung slide kanina, yung mga may capitalization. Because sa PCAB, Mr. Secretary, if your project cost is 450 million and above, you should have a minimum net worth of about 1 billion pesos. 1 billion pesos. So ito po, binabangga ko lang dito sa slide. Kung meron kayong, kagaya ho ni itong Centerways at Wawo Builders, 5 billion and 4 billion, but ang kanilang capitalization is only 90 million pesos, 45 million pesos and 50 million pesos. But in the PCAB, kailangan at least ₱1 billion yung kanilang net worth. So paano ho, ang tanong ko, paano ho nakakapasok yung mga ganitong, based on the PCAB, hindi po galing sa akin ho to, based on the PCAB, undercapitalized yung company based on the project na nakukuha nila?
Can we just check a little bit, Your Honor? See, I will just try getting the data for Wawaw. I mean, yung Wawaw.
Yeah, ganito na lang, Mr. Secretary, not to so that not to belabor. Submit to us who are the entities who approved or awarded those contracts. Exactly saan? Is it at the district level? Is it at the regional level?
Yes, Your
Because
Honor.
in my opinion, based on tingnan ho, pag ang kontrata, allowable ranges of contract cost, 450 million. Next.
Net worth.
Dapat ang kanyang yung capitalization niya, $1 billion and above. So in other words, kung gagawa ka ng proyekto na 450 million ang cost, dapat ang inyong capitalization is 1 billion and above. Ang next will be 180 million as AAA. Pero meron tayong mga contractors kanina na ang capitalization 90 million, 50 million. So undercapitalized siya. So nag-award, ang punto ko ho, nag-award ho ang DPWH ng kontrata sa mga corporations na undercapitalization based on the PCAB.
We
Table.
will submit all this, Your Honor.
Submit to us the exact names.
Yes, Your Honor.
Because this is the Committee on Blue Ribbon Accountability, so we need to know sino exactly yung mga taong nag-award because we want to see accountability.
Yes, Your Honor.
Yun ang gusto ho namin malaman. Dahil nga, kung undercapitalized siya, obviously, yung project, papalpak ho talaga. Titipid siya. Yun yung napakita kanina na maampaw na project. Walang bakal, buhangin linalagay. So we want to go to the root cause of why itong mga projects, why are these projects being substandard? And because the contractors are not capitalized adequately. Substandard rin yung mga contractors.
We'll submit all this information and data, Your Honor, and I think we'll have also to submit actually the process of pre-qualification, Your Honor. Para
Correct. We read the process of pre-qualification, but may nakakalusot ng mga ganito. Capitalization, 45 million, but you're undertaking 5.1 billion pesos in projects.
That's why we're going to explain, Your Honor, because as I understand, I think the capitalization is for the company in itself.
Yes, I know.
And I
But the
think
capitalization is also linked to the NFCC, yung net financial contracting capacity.
yes, Your Honor, the net contracting capacity is to be based on the audited financial statement by the BIR. By the BIR. They have to issue that net NFCC. So that is the only basis of the document that we use actually. That is to
Well,
be submitted.
in my opinion, there is some form of I think collusion or some form of corruption in awarding the contracts to contractors who are not capitalized adequately. That's the point I'm trying to make. Yan ang aking punto.
We'll look into
Dahil ang
this.
gusto na, kung bilyon ang iyong kontrata, dapat yung capitalization mo rin malaki. Para kaya mo tapusin at hindi ka magtitipid. Kaya nga doon po sa mga nakita naming news reports, marami rin ho nagsasabi doon na delay ang project, napupush yung project na mahaba, no? At hindi ho matatapos yung project kung kulang ho sa kapital yung corporation. So just submit to us yung detailed documents together with names and personalities of these entities that I showed. Itong 5 entities na na-mention ho namin.
We will do that, Your Honor.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Okay. Mr. Kirante, Sabi mo kanina, hindi pa nag-umpisa yung QM Builders as a contractor?